Hi everybody, Robin Nichols here with another quick Photoshop Elements 11 tutorial for you. Today I'm going to show you how to add a keyline. Now a keyline is a very thin border, so I suppose you can ask the question, well, why on earth do we need one? Well, look at this picture. It's high contrast, it's got a lot of white that bleeds to the edge of the picture. So if I then upload this to my blog and my blog has a white web page background, you ain't going to see where the edge of the photo is really. It's going to be a little bit weird. In photo book printing, some of the hottest books around, people love using black pages. So it's a very sexy look, very hard to use actually, but everybody goes for the black page option. So on the left hand side you can see here there's a black shutter and then there's some black stuff down the bottom there. What happens there is then the black will bleed into the page paper color. So we always run into problems with contrast, light or dark, bleeding into the outside or the surrounding areas. So a keyline is very easy to do. Essentially it's a selection to which we add a stroke. So I'll translate that into English in a moment. Selection is the easy bit, and as you can see here, if I just press, actually I just did a selection there automatically because I'm so amazing. If we go to the selection menu, we just press select all, you can see around the edges here, it's kind of a line of marching ants. That's what it's called. It actually means it's a selection line. It means the whole picture has been selected. What I could also do is select it using one of the selection tools. So I could just use not the elliptical marquee but the rectangular marquee tool. It's kind of counterproductive here because you've got to kind of shrink it down and then sort of click and drag and then let go. But that will also do it. I always use the simple Control or Command A and it just automatically selects it. Okay, so we've got that selected. Now we must put a paint line along that selection line. So we use the selection line, I suppose, as a template onto which we add a border. Technically it's not really a border, but I'll show you what I mean. What we need to do is find a little feature here called stroke. And what a stroke is something that's come over, I think, from Adobe Illustrator and other illustrative or illustrating applications. What it means is I can draw a freehand pencil line just using the mouse. And that pencil line will be 1 pixel thick. And then I can apply a stroke, which is essentially copying that pencil line or fattening that pencil line up to 10 pixels or 20 pixels or 30 pixels. So if I do that, logic tells me if I choose, for example, let's put in 10 pixels here, and I don't want to put white on, I want to put black on. So I'm going to click on the color, click on black and say OK. So I'm going to put 10 pixels of black. Now, if I put it outside, you'll see nothing because it actually is invisible outside because there's actually no photo. So it's kind of a dumb thing to do. Typically what artists do is they use it on the center. So you get 5 pixels to the left and 5 pixels to the right or up and down, either side of that selection line. Okay, and if I click there, you think, Robin, you're seeing things because nothing's happened. And that's because this is a very big photo with only 5 pixels. So if I delete that selection line, you will see, and especially if I zoom in a little bit, you will see a very thin key line appearing. Okay, let's just do that one more time. So there's my selection line. Nothing there at the moment. Let's choose Edit, Fill, or rather Stroke. I'm going to say, instead of doing it in the center, let's do it inside. So effectively it's all just going to go over the photo. So I suppose technically I'm going to lose 10 pixels of my picture all the way around. And I'm going to click OK. So now you can see it because I've actually added 10 pixels, so it's a little bit more noticeable. And if I press Control or Command D to deselect, it leaves the little key line. How cool is that? So what you could do technically is then select it all again, go back to, where is it? Stroke outline. And you could put another key line outside. All right, but remember, if it's entirely outside, it's not going to be seen. If it's in the center, I'm going to lose my key line, so I may just put something like 5 pixels, and I may, just to show you, I can do this and then click on that, and then delete, and now you can see I've got a 5 pixel white key line on top of my 10 pixel black key line. So you can get a little bit fancy. So that's what a key line is. It holds the picture in as a perfect if we are then going to put the picture onto, for example, a white background. Let's just show you here. I'll extend the canvas and I'll make this a little bit wider and I'll put white on it. So now you can see what I've done here. It's holding that picture. And so let's say I've mounted this on a piece of card, I've put it in a picture frame, I've put it on the blog, I've printed it somehow in a digital photo book. So now the edge of the photo is easily visible because I've got a black key line, and that suits perfectly. And that's all there is to it, making a key line. It's a very fun and it's a very stylish way to present your images.